seasons, and a lot of it rightly so at times. He's made mistakes, and you get criticised for that. But today, and I think the way that they set up helped him. Three at the back, three centre backs. They packed out the middle of the pitch. We'll look at that later on the touch screen here. But they played with a defensive security. There was a stability about the way they played. They're composed defensively, and what they had, which was brilliant tactically from Arteta, is that they had a sharp edge on the counter attack when they went forward. Minimal times, yes, over the course of the game, because they were pushed back, but when they went forward, they looked like a team very dangerous and capable of scoring, and they got two very good goals.
Absolutely. I think we need to find a way to get Robbin over to the UK so we can get him to Wembley for the final, because Arsenal are in the final, a record 21.
Kel, that's a fantastic week. You've beaten the champions, you've beaten the FA Cup holders, you're into a final. A very satisfying night.
I am extremely happy and proud about our players, and I'm very sad that we cannot enjoy this moment with our fans, that they could enjoy watching the team. Absolutely, that's what you need against this team. You have to try to give the best. When you have the opportunities, make the most of them, and when you have periods when you have to defend, put everybody on the line. You know, I think we were really well organized. You know how hard it is. For me, it's the best team in Europe, the way they play positionally. But we did our job. We knew we were going to have the chances in some moments, and we take them.
And they knew it was going to be tough, but they seem to enjoy it. Those high fives in the defensive line after tackles.
There is a great chemistry between them, and they really believe in what we are trying to do, and you can sense that. And they deserve. They've done it. I went on the pitch, so congratulations to them.
And since we're talking about mentality, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang missed a really easy chance, and then moments later he tucks one away. That's what true strikers do.
And you could sense in the second half, it was moments that he was going back to, okay, I'm going to start, and then he changed his mind again, and he was focused to take the opportunity the way he can do it.
It wasn't the perfect performance. In the first half you had some lost possession that could have caused you problems. You got away with it.
They are really good on the high press, as we are as well. We provoked the same situation in their box, and we could have scored, but we gave the ball away in very dangerous situation. Even after regaining the ball, this second pass as well, they are really good in that transition moment. But look, the first goal that we scored, it was fantastic as well.
After the Liverpool result, you said there was an enormous gap between you and that top club, and obviously City would be in a similar bracket, but there are signs of something starting here if you get the help, yes?
Yes, absolutely, and there are some things, part of those gaps in certain aspects that we are trying to close down. Still a big margin.
Well, enjoy the final.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I think they need to look down the back of the sofa, Robbin, and find some money for that man, don't they?
Yes and no. You know, I'm not a big believer of just spending big because everyone says so. You know, I think he should give, like he just mentioned in his interview as well, credit to the players who did it. They did it. Of course, they are doing it together. But from the coach's point of view, he should look at the players who are really performing well, and don't just buy a big star on that position because everyone wants to see a big signing or whatever.
Another spectacular Arsenal result. It was full of guts and grit tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great result against one of the best teams in the world. We just did that because we was humble. We understood the way you have to play. We take this opportunity to score. And we have to be mature to understand which level we are in the process. We are in the process, in a good process. We have an amazing coach. He wants to bring us the best football for this club, but it's not 0 to 100. We have to understand that day by day we are improving. The spirit was great, and I'm happy for the team because this team deserved that.
You had to soak up a lot of pressure at the back. Pierre-Emerick got the goals, but there was a lot of good defending going on back there.
Yes, I think all the team defended. It's not just the last line or the goalkeeper. I think the team understood now the modern football. Everybody has to defend, everybody has to fight, everybody has to have the spirit, everybody has to play every ball 100%. So I'm happy with this.
And that first goal was a team goal. 10 players involved in it, 18 passes. That's the kind of football you want.
That's why I say it's part of the process. We could do more this in the game. So it would be maybe easier to keep more the ball and don't run a lot like you did. But the other team is, like I said, he is miles away in front of us. But we was humble, so when you play, also we can hurt the opponent, and we did it.
And what a different story to the Premier League game against Manchester City just after the restart, where there was a lot of criticism of Arsenal's spirit, a lot of criticism of the defending. You've turned it round tonight.
A lot of criticism on me, no? You can say
And
that.
you as well, yes, absolutely.
I think it's part of the football. I understood during my career, football is about survive. So every day you're gonna defend your team, and the other people they're gonna support the different teams. So it's about survive. So was what I did. I think I was working hard every single day. After my mistakes, I took the blame. I was mature enough to understand that, and I was also humble to work more and to work more for the team.
And now you're going to the final.
Yes, we have a final to play this season. We're gonna try to win a title for this club, because this club, I always say, deserves to shine again.
Well said, thank you.
My pleasure.
Redemption. Aubameyang will get the headlines. Aubameyang got the goals. We cannot skirt over the Arsenal defensive performance today, because if there's one thing that you and your fellow pundits have really criticised heavily and quite rightly at times over the last few years, it's Arsenal defensively. They were solid today.
Yeah, that's the area where they've always let themselves down. That's been their Achilles heel for many a year. But today, against a fantastic Manchester City team, they performed perfectly. I think he was a stand-up performer. Opportunity, he sets up Aubameyang for that great chance, but defensively today he didn't put a foot wrong. And I must stress, when he plays in a free at the back, he done it under Conte as well at Chelsea, he looks a much better player. With that, you get extra security of numbers in terms of having two other defenders immediately alongside you as a centre-back. And it decreases the amount of space between you, so you have to cover as much ground as one player. So it is easier for him, but you can't take anything away from him. He was fantastic today.
And you only win a game with a clean sheet if you score goals, and he did that to
Keeper's legs, a fantastic finish. I mean, Mikel Arteta has to take huge credit. The way he set them up today, you can't come through the middle, go wide, and we will hurt you on the counter.
Go on, Robbin.
Real. What I like as well is that just before he actually takes his shot, he has a quick look. 9 out of 10 strikers don't really do that. So he still, even when he's under pressure, the defender is coming in, he still has that look to see if someone else, his colleague, is more open to score the goal.
Do you think he's looking like that? Do you think he's looking like that to put the goalkeeper off, even as well?
Ooh, well, could be. Interesting, but in my opinion, he's looking there to see if Lacazette is free, if he's open to pass the ball to, and then in like a split second, he decides to take the shot because he's in a better place to take the shot. But most strikers don't really find the time to have that look.
And it's so important, kind of talent and this kind of experience to go along with the youth. That's where you find true success.
Yeah, but as well, you could see as well that today they were connected, from the strikers till the keeper. They were all doing a job every single moment of the game. And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago when they weren't connected. Today they played like a champion. And like you said as well, they beat Liverpool, they beat City now. You know, if they can stay this, if they can keep on playing this way, game after game, then they can really compete for the title again.
He had the early miss, didn't he, Aubameyang? And at the time, we've got an excellent stats guy called Joel, and you said, Joel, what's his record like against the Big Six? And it wasn't as good as it was against the sides towards the bottom, perhaps understandably, because you're playing against better players. But he's certainly put these kinds of numbers to bed a little bit today, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of the time we look at the stats, and even as when I was playing, you've done the same thing. Does he score against the bigger teams? What's he like? Is it a mental thing? And I think today he would have dispelled any rumours or any people's thinking, oh, he doesn't do it against a big team. Today was a big game at Wembley, FA Cup semi-final. Aubameyang came up with the goods.
And the two goals were so different, Robbin, weren't they?
Yes, yeah, but very classy, especially this one. 18 passes, everyone involved. This is a dream as a coach. As a coach, this is what you want. Everyone is confident on the ball. This touch I like. This pass is with confidence, you know. And then everyone is alive. Everyone is ready to attack, you know. And a beautiful pass from Pepe. And this finish is unreal. It's out of this world. It's such a difficult ball to take it the way he did it. It's wow. It's amazing.
It was a great ball. I mean, sometimes you look at a cross like that, and there isn't much you can do as a defender. You can pick your holes in goals and say about defenders, he could have done this. That ball from Pepe just absolutely took this to finish, and he done it with aplomb.
and interesting that straight away the conversation on social media has turned to give Mikel Arteta some money to spend. It just so happens that in the week when he talks about having no money, he goes and manages to beat both Liverpool and Manchester City.
90 minutes we play really well. The first half we need in the final third a little bit more aggressive when we could contact with Gundo, with Bernardo in that positions, be a little bit more aggressive in the final third. The second half we did it a little bit better. So in general, overall the game was well played. So and that's all. Congratulations United for the victory.
Was De Bruyne the big miss? Maybe could he have maybe made that difference for you?
Who?
De Bruyne.
Was not. I don't know. I'm a good manager, but I don't know what would happen if it would happen. So I don't know.
You know, still to set the performance was unacceptable.
Unacceptable. I'm not agree with Bernardo. No.
What do you make of Edison's performance?
He's an extraordinary keeper. So only I can say is that. So it's part of the game. So next time it's going to be better.
That is so unlike him, though, isn't it? So unlike Edison, he doesn't make those sort of mistakes.
It's an extraordinary player. The way we played, we need it in the further build-up and save first and everything. So sometimes it happens.
How far do you think that this United team is from challenging for the title?
It's a question for Solskjaer, not for me.
What did you struggle with today in particular?
We played really well. Our positional game was good. We found the players in the right position and be in the position and wait the right moment to attack them. And when we were right there, we missed a little bit to be a little bit more aggressive in the first half. In the second half, it was much better. It's not easy to attack 7 strong players defensively well and wait one mistake to punish us in the counter-attack and run with James and Martial. Always not easy. But in general, we play really well.
You're obviously in the FA Cup quarter-finals, you won the League Cup, you're well placed in the Champions League. You only lost 7 of your 8 Premier League games now. Have you been surprised by your title defence? Is it disappointing?
I said many times in our press conference when we tell the results, when our opponent is it's far away. Yeah, it's of course it's too much, But I said the same. They won all the games except one defeat and one draw. We are second in the position, so we are better than 70 other teams' games. But always I said the game, and I said in the defeats, it's easy when you win 3-0. The game was there, and we controlled the game. We didn't concede much against that team. Just an action, lose the ball and run to the channels and run with the fast players. That can happen. It's the way they punished us 20 minutes in the first game when we played there, and after we controlled them then too here. So we miss a little bit, the final third, and look for a little bit more Sergio and Bernardo and Gundo and the wingers be more in that positions. But our game was really good. I like the way we played. I watch my team.
You think your league performance has been better than the actual points total would suggest?
Well, I'm a guy I accept the situations that we are. So when the points that we have and the distance for the third, I accept it. So something it's happened. First because the opponent is so good, but in general, always I want to see what we work when we talk. It's happened or happen. It's happened. But after the final third and put the ball in the net or have more chances, yeah, we need it. We got to trying to do it. But in general, I'm satisfied for the performance that we played.
What do you feel you need to do as a squad, as a manager yourself, to get back to the level of the previous 2?
We are not far away. So at the end of the season with the club, we're going to talk about what is the situation and we will see.
Is Raheem struggling for confidence back in front of goal? Because when you're at your best, he seems to score at will. And today...
Yeah, sometimes it happens. There are periods. So all the strikers live that. But important is how commitment and trying. It's not never give up and try it again. And that is what we want.
Nothing's changed with him in terms of his preparation, in terms of anything?
No, I don't think so.
Is it hard to keep sort of the concentration on the league with Real Madrid, the FA Cup?
No, we have to. We did it. So we did it in the recent. We won games. And after the break, we won all the games and playing well. Some of games we won not well, like today we played, but we won. But we have to do it. So of course we are in the position that is in the middle, and of course you have to prepare for the games, the two finals. You have a Real Madrid and Newcastle in the cups, but in the meantime, the best way to face this competition is the way we have to play against Arsenal and Burnley.
What do you think the difference is between the incredible consistency of the last two seasons and the fact that there are these results like today?
Yeah, that is the truth. We're consistent. The way we played, I said the team, but in the boxes, they didn't create much except one shoot Martial in the first half, win a duel with Ferdinand. In the second half, one shoot from James, like save. The other one is he didn't do much. So, and I think we control it. We didn't create much in the first half except one shoot. That is we spoke in the half time, but in the second one we were more aggressive for the two from field. It is difficult because they are there, they don't move, and all the time when regain the ball, put the ball there, and all the time there are 7-8 players there. So and it's not easy. But in this type of games, the little mistakes in the boxes make a little bit the difference. Sometimes when we score a goal, sometimes when we arrive the first time and we score, that is the difference. But what we have to look for and try to see is the way we behave, or the way we played. It was quite similar to the previous two seasons. That is my feeling. I said many times.
Do you see any lack of motivation? I mean, you so much the Real Madrid games.
We play really well. So we do see lack of motivation of these guys, how they press, how they jump, how the United players play long balls because they couldn't make 3 passes in a row. It's not true. So the team wanted to do it and is able to do it. And it's not lack of motivation, lack of concentration. So it's happened. Mistakes is part of the game. The good actions is part of the game. But the behavior is good, and how quick we move the ball, how we arrived in final third, especially in the second half, in the good position. So I'm satisfied for the way they play. I know we lost. We are not agree. I understand for the tone for the questions, but I like the game we played. I like it. I'm sorry. When I don't like it, I tell you. I didn't like the way we played, or the opponent was better. Sometimes it happens. But most of the time we have the ball, we try to create it, we miss a little bit, the final third a little bit more aggressive especially for the quality of the players you have. The players, the quality, they are not the strikers, pure strikers, but the way we play was good.
One of the remarkable things about last season, Pep, was you had Kevin for about 5 months in total. Do you feel though that this year there is a bit of a growing onus on him? I know you've got a lot of good players, but do you think he's that good that it really does take away something from your team?
All the important players, we need it. So no doubt about that. All the important players we need to do that. But what we have done the previous seasons, we did it all of us. So not just one player, 2 players. Even winning what we're winning, we were not able to win Players of the Year or these kind of things. So we did it as a group, as a team, and with problems during the season. There are problems and we solve it. But of course, Kevin is so important. But everyone is important. So we'll be so unfair for the guys the way we played, said because Kevin was not here. So I respect all of my players, and they did it really well, and they know it. And they know it when I'm not happy. I tell them. But I think we was good. Okay, thank you.
You're still in the Champions League, you've still won the League Cup, and you've made it to an FA Cup semi-final. Let's not be too negative.
Jay, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much, because there's a lot of narrative in the media, a lot of journalists, a lot of pundits that have decided that City have had a terrible season. It's a testament to the high standard we've set ourselves. We've already won a trophy this year. We finished second to an awesome Liverpool team. I think we were unlucky tonight. Arsenal were immaculate, but we have still got the Champions League, so the season's not over yet. But congrats to Chris and all the Arsenal fans. I gave it the big one before the game, but I hope they do well at